Christmas and I don't have anything yet for my 1.5-year-old son. So I decided I'm going to build him something. Now, my son is always wanting to know what we're doing up on the countertop. Whether we're cooking dinner or even doing dishes, he's always wanting to come up. And right now, I have to pick him up and put him on the counter. He doesn't have any kind of step stool or anything where he can come up and see what we're doing up on the countertop. So I decided I'm going to try to make him a sort of tower that he can climb up into and get inside and stand and see what we're doing. Something a little more elaborate than just a step stool, something that's got some sides, so he's a little more protected and can be a part of what's going on up at the countertop. Now this project is going to be built entirely out of plywood. It's going to be pretty simple, sort of 4 sides, a couple of rails connecting things, a few leg extensions out the bottom to keep it nice and stable. And so I started with a SketchUp design to figure out exactly how I want it to look and how it's going to go together. I started with the side, since that's where the action is. There are 2 hand and foot holds for climbing up into the tower. Beside those is the cutout for the adjustable platform. There are 4 positions to use as he gets older. Obviously, there is a large opening at the top for him to climb inside. The tower needs some extra supporting legs, especially to support weight on the outside as he climbs up, so I added 2 6-inch supports extending out from the base. Finally, I just needed some cross pieces to hold the 2 sides together. Nothing fancy there. Now that we have our design nailed down, the construction is going to begin by making some templates that I can reuse for both plywood sides. So I'll make a template out of some hardboard masonite that I can use my router with a flush trim bit to route out the plywood into the exact same shape in a couple locations. I finished the scroll saw work, and as you can see I got pretty tight to the lines and just have a little cleanup work to do with some files. My first template is now complete, as you can see here. The second template has the cloud lift curve in it. Now this cloud lift design element is the exact same dimension throughout this project. So I'm going to first create that in a template and then use that to help create my second template. I'll be using the exact same methods to create the second template that I used to use for this first template. I've now created the cloud lift template that you can see here. We'll be reusing that wherever that detail is called for. And I also finished the handhold template. There are 2 of these on each side of the tower for handholds and footholds to climb up into the tower. I used the cloud lift to help create that top detail by putting it on there and using the router to create that cloud lift detail, and we'll be reusing that throughout the project. At this point, I'm ready to move on and start cutting up some plywood.